Hi there, my co-teachers. I'm Christy of your Thrifty Co-Teacher, and I'm here to share with you today 10 ways you can grow your classroom library for free or for very little money. The first way you can grow your classroom library is to send home to parents a donation letter or speak to your students about it. Have them go home, check their bookshelves, and any books that they have already read and that they've enjoyed that they will no longer be rereading, have them go ahead and donate to the classroom library. The second way you can go ahead and grow your classroom library is to write a small grant for Donors Choose. Now, when you hear the word grant, you might think it's a little overwhelming, but Donors Choose does a great job of simplifying this for us teachers. My suggestion would be that you provide a theme for your books. Let's say, for example, you were going to have the students create an invention. You can theme your grant as inventors and add books to your classroom library through that. Now, I also suggest that you don't make it too expensive so that you have a much better chance of having it funded very efficiently and quickly. The third way you can go ahead and grow your classroom library is to provide an Amazon wish list to parents and people in the community. So all you need to do is select titles, add them to a wish list, share that wish list with family members and friends, parents as well, and they can go ahead and purchase them and they will be sent straight to your classroom. The fourth way you can go ahead and grow your classroom library is donations from your co-teachers. So if you know a retiring teacher or a teacher who's changing grades and is letting go some of the books, tell them that you are interested in them. You can also place little notes inside of your co-teachers' mailboxes and ask them that if they have multiple copies of a title, if they're willing to let go of them, that you would appreciate it and you would be adding it to your classroom library. The fifth way that you can go ahead and add is to use school funds if you are fortunate enough to receive them. Now, some schools do provide that for teachers, and we usually like to purchase colorful, beautiful expo markers or flare pens, but this is an excellent way to get those specific titles that you would like added into your classroom library and go ahead and use those funds for that. A sixth way to go ahead and fund your classroom library is to grow up your classroom library is to use Scholastic book clubs with your students. They send flyers out to your classroom, you share them with your students, and for every dollar that the student or the parent uses and spends on a book, you receive points for that. Then you can go ahead and use those points to go ahead and purchase books for your classroom library and add them right in there. The seventh way that you can go ahead and add to your classroom library is through Facebook marketplaces or Facebook groups. So you can go on into those marketplaces and look for children's books. Many times you can negotiate the prices, and if they know that you're a teacher, they're more willing to negotiate the price, and sometimes they will even add extra books if they have them at home. I've experienced this myself, and it's been a great way to add books to the classroom library. The eighth way to go ahead and add books to the classroom library is to go ahead and go into secondhand stores. You can go to places like Goodwill or to Half Price Books, and you can go ahead and see what they have available there. I know from my co-teachers on Instagram and Facebook that many of them will go into Goodwill and they will walk out with books for 50 cents each to $1. Of course, it all depends on the area that you're living in, but this is a great way to gather some books for your classroom library, and it doesn't hurt to go and check it out. Number 9 is eBay. So if you're looking for specific titles, you can go ahead onto eBay, and most of the time for just a fraction of the cost of the original book price or the manufacturer's price, you can go ahead and grab titles, even with free shipping sometimes. And the last way that you can go ahead and add classroom books to your classroom library is to go and check out if your local libraries are having sales. Usually towards the end of the year or the beginning of summer, local libraries will have library book sales, and you can go ahead and you can grab those as well.